Hey, welcome back to the Sporting Tribune. Today, of course, my home base. The show takes place in Vegas this weekend, tomorrow night to be specific. Big time fight in the fight capital of the world, Canelo versus Charlo. And here to talk about that fight and everything in the world of boxing is the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, a man who I've been lucky enough to talk to and glad to reconnect with him. Leonard Ellerbe joins us. Leonard, how you doing, brother?
Thank you, Adrian. I'm doing great, man. Just glad to be here. We like 4 days away, man.
Yeah, the countdown is on. I'm very excited. This will be my second big time fight that I get to cover. And before we get into the fight, I do want to ask you some things outside of the ring and even outside of boxing. And to do that, we'll start off with this. Recently, UFC and WWE merged. They're in the same company with Endeavor. I never thought I'd see a day where Vince McMahon doesn't own the WWE. From your perspective, do you believe that this happened, and what's your reaction to it?
Oh wow, I'm happy for those guys. I know Vince personally. He gave us an opportunity when we went and did WrestleMania, and that was and
Yeah,
for
15 years ago. I think it was 2008.
2008. Yep,
Yes,
I
sir.
want to say February or March.
Yeah, all through that run. I think it
Yeah,
started
yeah, yeah.
Thomas's
We
dad.
did a whole tour. He gave Floyd his private jet, and we went to like 3 or 4 stops to promote the his Floyd's fight with the Big Show. So it was an incredible experience, and Vince is one of the nicest guys that I've ever met in business.
No, that's incredible. And then this next question, I'm excited because I follow you on Twitter. I know what you talk about outside the ring, especially when it comes to football. And you and Floyd, you guys are disruptors when it comes to business, especially in boxing. And when you look at the landscape of sports right now, there's no bigger disruptor than what Deion Sanders is doing in Colorado. So, to you, what do you make about everything that he's been able to do in such a short time? Like, I know they lost last week, but this is just the beginning. What do you make of everything?
Man, I'm so happy for Prime. Um, I'm a big fan. I just this is bigger than football. It's bigger than football. He's impacting the entire culture, and that's more than it's like so many young men that are out there, who play the game that he's had the impact from the standpoint of just giving them motivation of just about life, and so that's why I say this is bigger than football. Anytime you can lead a group of people um, going in a direction and they're willing to follow you, that's just incredible. It's incredible, and the impact that he's had, with affecting these young men's lives, not just in football, just their lives. You know, um, it's just incredible. He's and all of this, and I'm a firm believer in faith. So, that's his purpose. That's his purpose. You can see it. It's that you see older people. It's just like, oh wow, he's just so motivational, and he inspires an entire culture. And a lot of people don't like that. They don't like that because he talks trash, but that's just who he is. He been doing that. He been doing that.
And to
You
be
know,
honest, when you've done what I mean, if you put the work in,
he he's in a position to be able to talk that talk. Yeah, you know what I mean. He was the best at what he did. He's the best at what he did, and he played an entire different sport as well. He was
at
that
the same
guy.
time.
Yeah, at the same time. History will tell you that how many people have ever done that.
Yeah, it's few and far between. Let's hop into the ring right now because you got a picture of some gentlemen right behind you that are going to be fighting Showtime pay-per-view. Be sure to order that fight immediately this Saturday night. And we'll go with the main talking point that I see a lot of people talking about, which is Jamel moving up in weight classes. To you, do you see that as a disadvantage? Because this, to be fair, this isn't something we've seen very often.
Well, actually, in this particular case, because he has the frame and the skill set, the knowledge, he has an excellent coach. I personally think this is an advantage. They look at it as a disadvantage. Being able to walk around at your, a weight that you're very comfortable with. He's going to be super strong. He's going to be super strong. Now, will that negate Canelo's experience, his power, his skill set? We got to see Saturday night.
No, 100%. And also, I think something that's working to Jamel's advantages. There's been a lot of discussion about Canelo facing Crawford. And to me, that's a big distraction because that's you're talking about step three, and step one is Saturday night. And you're already focusing on what's coming up. To you, do you see it the same way? Because there's a lot of conversation, a lot of people
Yeah,
asking.
I don't think that Canelo's at the level where I think that a lot of that is just kind of noise. He's been, this ain't his first rodeo. He's been in these big fights before, so he's kind of mastered how his approach, and this is a business, and also he's very good at what he does. So I'm sure he's able to tune out the noise, and just be able to stay locked in on what he's got, because this will be no cakewalk for him, in my
No,
opinion.
no, 100%. Like you said, this is a huge
It's gonna
fight.
be a tough fight. It's gonna be a tough fight.
For you, in your opinion, a win for Jamel if he pulls this off and he beats Canelo, where do you think that places him?
Wow, man, he is. Whew, I would actually have to think about that, but he has a tremendous opportunity to make history, and this has kind of been, as I say, 10 years in the. I ain't gonna call it the making, but it's been like 10 years. He's been waiting. He's been wanting to get this opportunity to fight Canelo. They were supposed to mix it up. I think it was almost 10 years ago, and the fight never came off. So I think that he's looking at this thing, as a blessing, and he's ready to make the most of that opportunity.
Leonard Ellerbe joining us here on the Sporting Tribune today. This weekend, September 30th, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, the fight capital of the world. Canelo versus Charlo. Be sure to order that Showtime pay-per-view presented by Premier Boxing Champions. And I have to ask you, speaking of Vegas, Allegiant Stadium, we haven't had a fight there. How bad do you want to put a fight there? What's
Man, no, that would be amazing. I was just there Sunday night, my first time. First time I was able to.
You were confused and thought you were in Pittsburgh, but still, yes.
Man, listen. Again, that was my first time at Allegiant, but I was like just blown away with the amount of Steeler fans that was in the stadium.
Yeah,
I was blown away, and I was just like, wow, 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 wow. But it was an incredible venue. I was blessed to get an invitation um, to 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 witness it, and I'm just very grateful.
that's the dream for everyone living here to have a fight in there. Would be absolutely spectacular.
Man, that would be amazing. But again, you have to, at boxing, you have to have a dance partner.
Yes.
That's for a venue like that. That's a super fight.
Yes.
It's a super fight.
Once in a lifetime type
Right,
situation.
right.
And before we get out of here, I want to hit you with two quick ones real quick. First one, if you have one thing in your house, in your property, it could be the garage, the backyard, in your house, you have to show someone one thing to impress them. What are you going with, Leonard? I'm making you think.
No, yeah. Are your kids?
What are you going to go with? You're going to show them your kids?
Yeah, there you go.
That's the best answer. Last one. What's your first Vegas fight night memory? Your first one, because you've been in plenty.
Very first boxing memory.
Yes, sir. In Vegas, like a Vegas fight night.
Vegas fight night. It don't have to be a mega fight, right?
No, just no. Whatever's your first.
Going to watch Roger Mayweather fight. We were at the what venue was it? It's gonna come to me. It's an older place.
Do you remember who he fought? I'll Google it. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, and it was just so funny because man, he rest in peace. That's my guy. It was like he was fighting, and he had a couple different girls, and they were seated like on one side, one on this side, one on this side, and then at the end of the night, somehow they ended up in the back.
Of
And
course.
that was just hilarious. I was just like, where does this happen at? Like, you got four different girls, and all of them your main girl at the fight. And they all end up in the back. That was kind of like my first. Yeah, that was definitely well over 30 some years ago.
It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. It was crazy.
Hey man, and look at how it ended up now.
That's a great question too.
Hey,
I like that question.
listen, thank you very much.
Nobody's ever asked me that before.
Well, good. Steve, you heard that? You know what I'm saying? Send me some more people now. No, I'm just kidding. Look, we will see you during the week, of course, media week going on, and then we'll definitely see you Saturday night. Showtime pay-per-view. Get it. Canelo versus Charlo. Leonard, it's been a minute since we've talked. I'll make sure the next time won't be as long. Thank you so much.
No, it's all good, boss man.